All right, last position I want to talk about real quick, inside linebacker. You like, what's his name out of San Francisco? I forget his name.
Shire.
Shire. That's
Yeah.
your guy.
There's a
David Long.
couple. There's a couple of them for sure.
All right, so if you're the
That I like.
Steelers and you're walking into Monday, who are the guys that you're calling first?
I'm interested to see what happens with some of these bigger names, like the Bobby Wagners, Levante David. Like, I don't necessarily love that idea for the Steelers. I know we talked about Wagner before. Um, Levante David, I probably like. He's still playing at a really high level for real. But I would be really interested in some of these other guys, like the mid-tier guys. Jermaine Pratt is a guy that I would definitely like for them to put a call into early in free agency. Not only do I think he's a really good player, and I actually think he's a better player than Logan Wilson, but that's another debate.
Plus, you're taking away from Cincinnati.
Yeah, and you're taking away from the Bengals defense, which has been like extremely good in the playoffs the past couple of years. So, Jermaine Pratt, we mentioned Al-Shaair. I think if I had to guess, I would assume that he's going to be the first call that DeMeco Ryans makes.
Yes.
In Houston.
Yeah,
like it
obviously.
just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
But there's other guys too that I like. David Long's a heck of a player, but he just has some issues staying healthy. Leighton Vander Esch, I talked about him yesterday. We're in the spaces, but he was rock solid last year. It's just with him another injury concern issue. He's had those neck issues, so it'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of linebackers in this class, man. Like Kaiser White, guys like that are capable starters. I just think there's so many guys, and there's not a lot of really good linebackers in the league. That's what I'm kind of surprised that this class is so good. But I'm interested to see what happens with that for sure. I think the Steelers absolutely 100% should be looking to add a starting inside linebacker in free agency so that they don't have to fool with this draft class.
I agree. And I don't think you get rid of Myles Jack either. For one, if you cut Myles Jack, I don't think it saves you enough money to actually make a difference. But I think the better option is to extend him, spread that cap space out the next 2 years. He's got a job. I think that's all he cares about is having a job. He got paid. He shouldn't have got paid what he got paid. He did. I think he's smart enough to realize that and should just look for continued work. So you keep Myles Jack. You go get another guy for the next 2 years. Now you have a starting inside linebacker rotation for 2 years. Mark Robinson's coming in, second-year guy. They have a lot of hope in him. Maybe you draft a guy. Maybe you bring back Robert Spillane. I don't know.
Spillane definitely coming back. We know that.
I know that too. I know. But do you think that's a possibility? And how upset will you be if it is a possibility if Myles Jack and Robert Spillane are the starting inside linebackers next year?
I'd be more surprised. I would be surprised if Jack's back and Spillane is not.
But you can't, like, if you cut Jack, what do you save? Like $4 million?
It's $8 million on the cap, so you got $11.25 million cap hit, $8 million in cap savings if he's released.
No, okay, $8 million is a lot of money. I thought it was $4.
But the thing with Jack, man, is like you're paying him a good amount of money. Like, let me see, he's the 15th highest paid inside linebacker, so I mean, it's not super crazy, and that number will come down like once some of these free agent signings come in. But like, I mean, you got to look at some of the impact he made last year. Like, there's just not a lot of splash plays.
Yeah, no, there's like almost none.
It's
not like Robert Spillane made many.
Yeah, but I mean, like I'm pretty sure that he made more. Like, he has more like run stops than the two starters. I guess at the beginning of the year, Bush and Jack made last year. He didn't even play. Like, he wasn't even playing like as much early on in the season. But I don't know. It's tough for me. I mean, 2 pass breakups, no picks, 28 run stops. I mean, that's modest for a guy that played that much, though. I mean, both Devin and Myles were really good tacklers last year. Like, I think Myles has a missed tackle rate of 7.5%. Devin's was even lower than that. It's just there's just not that much splash.
But are you going to find splash? I think that's the question then. Are you going to find splash in any of these guys?
There's players in free agency that are better than Myles Jack, 100%. Like Pratt, I would 100% rather have him. But that's just the case. Like, I definitely think you're going to have to pay. I mean, you're going to have to pay him starter money. It's probably somewhere in the same range as at least what Jack got.
Oh, are you paying 2 guys $22 million?
That's what I'm saying. I think if you sign somebody outside like Spillane, I'm just going to go ahead and count that he's going to be back. I mean, they were playing him as their inside.
100%
Yeah,
of the snaps.
he was literally playing every snap last year. He was playing over Bush, and he was like playing over Zach as well. So he's gonna be back. I would be shocked if he's not. So if in that case, I don't think that you can pay, bring back Spillane and then pay Jack and pay another one of these inside linebackers. That would kind of be a curious decision, but it just depends. I don't know what to do with Jack. He's the most confusing part for me.
I think so too. I think a lot of people look at him and just say, oh, he's either here or he's not here. And I just think that if he is here, you have to figure out that cap number. You have to bring it down.
Yeah.
Which I think you could. I think Jack is a guy that is like the Trubisky thing is complicated and much more complicated than people make it out to be. Because if you're Mitch Trubisky, there's literally zero reason for you to take a negotiation. You are looking at it going, I don't really care, man. Like I'm going to get paid this season. I'm not going to stay here any longer than I need to because I want to get another starting job somewhere. Jack has a starting job. He's getting paid. If you could work out a situation where you could lower that cap number, I feel better about it. But I agree. I think that there's too many holes, unless you're just planning on everybody signing cheap. But I think that you're going to sign Cam Sutton for more than what his market value is. I think that if you're signing both KZ and Edmonds back, they're going to cost more than they did last year. You got to get an inside linebacker. Ogunjobi's going to be cheaper, but you don't know how much cheaper. I mean, a lot of, and then you haven't even added anybody. That's the thing, is you have added literally no one to a team that clearly needs things added to it.
Well, that's the thing too. I think that sometimes gets lost in like the discourse with like free agency. You're not necessarily looking, especially when you're a team like the Steelers that did make the playoffs last year. You're not looking to bring everybody back. You're looking to improve your team. So
yes.
Now, does that mean bringing some of your own guys back? Absolutely. Like you want to retain your good players, 100%. But just running this band back is not something that you should really be interested in. You should be looking to upgrade the roster. And
you're smiling because you know that in their head they're looking to run the band back.
I don't know.
That's what they do.
I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic, man.
All right, I'll take that one. Do you have any other positions you want to talk about, or you think that's good?
No, I really want them to get an inside linebacker in free agency. I'll just continue to pound that. Yeah.
Next Friday, hopefully we have one that comes through. What's your I don't think I even prepped you for this at all. And I don't have one either. So what's your bold prediction for next week? By next Friday, what do you think we're going to be on here talking about? You going, I could not believe this happened.
I don't know that I have a bold prediction. Yeah, you didn't prep me for this, so I don't know.
I didn't prep myself. This came to my head 30 seconds ago.
Would it be bold if I said that I think they'll prioritize KZ over Edmonds?
Yes. Oh, I definitely think that's a bold prediction.
There's my bold prediction.
Oh, KZ over Edmonds. I like that one.
Not to say both of them won't be back. I think that they're going to prioritize bringing KZ back, and that's no like sources type thing or anything like that. I don't know. I really think that they're really going to like try to bring him back for sure. Just the playmaking aspect of it is what separates the two for me. I like Terrell, and he does a lot of different stuff for that defense. Being able to play in the box, play in the slot. It's just that KZ he's a risk taker, man, and I think that pays off. And he's got a propensity to find the football, and I think that's exactly what Terrell Austin and Mike Tomlin want on defense. So I definitely could see that being the case. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, I like the KZ.
I'd love to get both back, though. I do want both back. That's my preference.
No, I agree. If both of them come back, is Edmonds the automatic starter next year?
Yeah. It'll be, I think so. Base downs, I think so.
Okay. I like that. I was going to have a negative one and say that my bold prediction is that Cam Sutton signs elsewhere because I think somebody's going to toss the bag at him.
Man, that would be disappointing.
It would be, but it's too disappointing. So I'm not going to put that out into the universe because I don't want to be the guy that put that out into the universe. So what I'm going to say is this. I think Cam Sutton re-signs quickly, and it's for more money than people expect. I think he's a $10 million a year corner next year. And I feel good for him. I love Cam Sutton. I think he's a great guy, great human being, and a good player. So I got no qualms about that one.